25th of March, or March 25th if you wish, 2020. Good morning from Europe, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. We are going to check what is going on with the pound post CPI announcement, and we got the numbers out of the UK much earlier than what we usually have. Core CPI is higher, 1.7. The market expectations was 1.5, previous 1.6. So that could be one of the reason we have stronger pound this morning. Is some kind of the continuation, and especially with the euro right here right now. The Monday failure was some kind of the trigger, and right now we are approaching very fast another support around 90, 70, 90, 80 when it comes to the pound. If you remember, we were discussing, first thing first, we are testing supply around 120, but the most important, or more important, is gonna be the supply between 2240, 2250 and 2420, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna to go lower on the time frames, and we are going to check if there is a particular levels or zones where we can try to jump in and try to go with the pound or go against the pound. Don't forget, guys, you can monitor my trades, and you can find the link in the description. So it's not the case that I'm just talking, right? Also, I closed yesterday. I closed the last Aussie Kiwi. Looks like there was some kind of the pullback, but looks like they are even higher today. But anyway, we are talking about the pound right here, right now. So looks like it might be the case with the euro pound of 1-to-1, right? In that case, if the way of thinking here is going to be correct, right, we might retest the latest weakness again. All right, and if we are going with the 1-to-1, if we are going to break through that level, so that's the next zone around 80, 88, right, 88, 87, 50 when it comes to the euro pound. So with that being said, let's switch to the lower time frame. Okay, and clearly we have some kind of the possible supply around 92.20, which has not been tested, so it's been broken, but we haven't seen any kind of the retest yet, right? We just strongly falling down here. So from intraday perspective, the bounce from here as over under cannot be ruled out. So I'm going to wait and see if we can retest this 92.20. So that would be, from my perspective, possible entry for the euro pound short. Right, with the first target around 89.20. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to the euro pound. Selling rallies. Let's have a look what we have. I'm sorry. Let's have a look what we have on the cable side. here we have to do some different things. Here I'm going to look, if we are going to see the levels, I'm going to look for selling opportunity. Okay. As discussed previously, first selling opportunity might arise around 120, right? It's what we've seen in the past, the huge breakdown level, all right? The huge breakdown level over here. And then, if the market will go higher, we have our base drop formation, what we already discussed a few times, drop, base, that's our base, and that's the second possible supply level, right? So from the intraday perspective, when it comes to the cable, I'm going to look around for any kind of the selling opportunities, right? If we are going to hit the certain levels. Also, because the range is quite wide, cannot rule it out. Yesterday high and weekly open as a possible intraday buying levels. Okay, so it's not the case only to look for a selling cable on rallies, also and only before we are going to hit the supply. All right, before we are going to hit that supply. So if we are going to see the pullback from here, then I might look for yesterday high, but I would prefer weekly open. Okay, hopefully that's clear. So let's have a look on a smaller time frame. That's the yesterday high, more or less. That's weekly open, and when it comes to the weekly open, of course, what has to happen? We have to change the color, right? Blue dotted line represents weekly open. So let's switch to the hourly chart, all right? And we see clearly, we see that market was trying to consolidate for quite some time, and now we have attempt to break higher, right? And now with this hourly chart, there are few interesting things, for me at least. The yesterday high and last hourly candle, especially the bottom, for me, working together, right? So I got also some kind of the confirmation on the lower time frame that here that might be the case when it comes to to looking for a buying opportunity. Okay, and of course, if we are going to take into the consideration this consolidation, so of course, we are not going to discover America, but weekly open is in the mid of that range. So we were able to find the confirmation on 3 different time frames. Weekly open, and we have as a 50% of that intraday range, and yesterday high from the daily chart, and we have on the lower time frame, so we can narrow the distance between the entry and stop. That's the reason I'm going to the lower time frame. So both sides when it comes to the cable and looking to sell the rallies when it comes to the euro pound, it was my pleasure to make the update for you. We are going to get back and check when it comes to the indices what is going on around the US cash open, because right here, right now, the optimism is huge. But that's for another update. Have a great London session, guys. Take care. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you around.